you want the most simplest I can explain. Assets increase income. Liabilities increase expenses. Yeah, that's literally that's a basic, you know, that can do for y'all. Right? Also read that. Pause if you need to. Also, you must rule is the only rule. If you want to become rich, you must know the difference between an asset and liability, right? An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. This is as basic as I could tell you, as I could show you too. You know, that makes sense. Also, okay, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. I'm trying to give you wisdom for this. You know? Even if you want to do just, you know, side hustles. Bam! Gotta learn this. You got to learn this. An asset will increase your income, but a liability will increase your expense and take money out of your pocket. That's as basic as I can. This is as I'm learning from this. So yeah. You know? 1 second. Look at the stance. Now, actually, let me do this just so you can see it. Meaningless. Meaningless. By the way, I've started reading Ecclesiastes, I think. I don't know. Now, meaningless is in those. By the way, also in NLT. 1 second, let me get that. It also says everything's meaningless, says the teacher. Completely meaningless. This is my Everyman's Bible, NLT, Everyman's Bible, by the way. So yeah. I still, honestly, now this one says, meaningless is, okay, now here's the thing, yeah, I started reading, is it Ecclesiastes? I don't know, I've heard that. As you see, meaningless is said, 38 times in this book, in the book of, I think, is it Ecclesiastes? I don't actually, but only 34 times throughout the whole thing. This one says, meaningless, meaningless, says the teacher, utterly meaningless, everything's meaningless, or vapor. Like, he talks about, let me get to the second page. About, I've seen all the things, I applied my mind to studying and to explore by wisdom all that is done under the heavens. What a heavy burden God has laid on mankind. I have seen all the things that are done under the sun. All of them are meaningless, a chasing after the wind. Right? Now, I think a chasing after the... Yeah. These are where this is said. Vanity. 6:9. So, let's go to 6:9. Right? Toil is meaningless. Time is everything. You know, riches are meaningless. Advancement is meaningless. Etc. Etc. Right? Better what the eye sees than the roving of the appetite. This too is meaningless, a chasing after the wind. Now, Solomon, I think, some point to Solomon for this. Because it is all wisdom is said in the New Testament. So, honestly, Solomon, perhaps referring to the two Solomonic collections in Proverbs, you know? So Solomon, I think, wrote this because Solomon, in all his wisdom, right, he chased after wisdom and all this, you know? By the way, this one says vanity. King James Version, I think ESV. Oh, wait. I can't do that one because it's... You just realize, this is a New Testament. Ecclesiastes is not New Testament. Is it Ecclesiastes? Don't tell me that. But yeah. Like, Solomon is like, okay. And it is pointed this to be Solomon. Yeah. Now, I've just read the first last night. I started Ecclesiastes in here. Now I'm on pleasures are meaningless. Then wisdom and folly are meaningless. It will be, and then toil is meaningless. You know? This is not that long of a book, honestly. It's like 12, 13 things. Actually, we see, huh? Let me see. Limitlessly. Oh, this is my church Bible I use. Because honestly, now Songs of Songs. This is actually Songs. Wait, is this Songs of Solomon? I think it's Songs of Solomon. Let me see. In 1 second, I'm pausing so I don't take too much long on this. Yeah, it's Songs of Solomon in the King James Version. Songs of Songs. I can actually get this real quick. Actually, you know what? Let me pause again. That's why if you see... I'm pausing. Yeah, in NLT it is Songs of Songs. So yeah. So yeah. That's the two things I want y'all to... That makes sense to me, you know? So yeah. Anyway. I hate that this is... Wait, this one just goes over here because this is a Bible over there. So yeah. Today I'll be reading... I should actually do Songs of Solomon next. But yeah. This is what I'm on. Anyway. Hope you learned both. That an asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket, right? Puts you in a negative cash flow. While a asset puts you in a positive cash flow and adds money to your pocket. Straight up. Anyway.